You know how people say time moves faster as you're older? I think I'm starting to experience that, and it makes me really, really sad. I'm at church right now, and I literally almost cried because I remembered that I'm going to college next year. I am already 2 months away from being a senior. Well, three if you count the summer break. I felt like I had just entered high school yesterday. And it's not just about like, oh, time flies so fast if you look over it in hindsight. Not even in hindsight. We are a week into April and I still felt like February hasn't ended. I feel like time used to move very, very slowly, but now weeks pass me by without me even noticing. And I think maybe it's a normal part of growing older, but maybe it's also something that I do not want. I feel like I'm starting to put less value in my time because the time will pass anyways, and it did. Soon my youth will pass me by and I will not notice that it has. And I'm just scared of that. I I want my time on earth, however short it might be, to have an impact, to have a reason, to have accomplished something. And I know that a human being's objective to being alive is not just to accomplish something, but I feel like my life is passing me by. I feel like I'm watching a video reel of my life instead of living it. Time passes by so very fast, and I don't feel like I can do anything in my life because everyone is so much further ahead of me that it would take a lifetime to catch up. And that's only to catch up. To go further than them, I think I need to have 50 hours in a day. And even then, I don't think it would feel like a long time. Now, 3 hours feel like a minute. I can go on my phone and spend 5 minutes before I go to bed, and suddenly it's 2 a.m. This is not a scripted video, this is just a rant that I am a life crisis, more like a life crisis that I currently have at church. I do not have any lighting around. My lighting is the sun, which is why it's changing a lot. My style has changed, not consciously, but I've started dressing more and more modestly and more formally, which might be one because I attend a lot more formal events, or maybe because I'm more perceived as an adult now more than ever. I've started to lose, I like to wear mini skirts and like boots and stuff, but now I'm wearing straight cut jeans, a blazer, and stilettos, which is not bad. It just, I feel like I'm growing older. And I'm only 16. But I already feel like life in time as I feel it is so much, it's so different than how it was, let's say, 30 years ago when I was 13. And I don't even want to imagine how it would be when I'm 20, when I'm 30, when I'm 35, when I'm 40, when I'm 50. How a year would feel like nothing, and how I would spend less and less time celebrating the little things. Back then, everything was a big deal. Every birthday was a big deal. When you were 5, your birthday was a big deal because you've only had 5 of them. But when you were 15, when you're 16, you've had more than a dozen of those, and it suddenly starts to not feel special. I try to make every little celebrations feel special because I do not know when is the last time we're going to have that. When I was younger, and I'm still young now, but when I was younger, as in like 12, 13, before the pandemic, I used to try to be cool because older people doesn't care about anything. Older people doesn't care about a birthday. Celebration is only for children. Buying cakes and wearing special outfits for special days is only for children. I try to be more mature. I try to be older. But that doesn't work that well, does it? Because now I wish I can go back. I wish I can go back to that 13-year-old mark, that birthday where I turn into a teenager and celebrated the end of my childhood. I should have. because time will never go back. I will never become 13-year-old ever again. And I regret that so much. And I don't want to regret my 16th, my 17th birthday like that too, because it only comes once. Yes, you would have, if I live a normal lifespan, I would have 75 birthdays in my lifetime. But that's less than 100. You only have 75, and every birthday only happens once. I will only be 17 once this year. That's it. I will never be 17 again. And that scares me. I want to be cool. I want to be grown up. But I also want to celebrate what's left of my youth. You know, I want to grow up faster. I want everybody to take me seriously. I do not want to be perceived as a child anymore, because I don't think I am one. I don't think I'm a little girl anymore. I want to be taken seriously, but I also want to celebrate what is left of my youth. Some people say teenagers end with 19, because 19, that's the end of your teenagehood. People say you're still a teenager until your prefrontal cortex develops fully, which is 25. But either 19 or 25, I have less than 10 birthdays in my childhood. I had 9 birthdays at most when I am still a girl, before I can call myself a woman. I don't know what point I am trying to... I don't know what point I'm trying to make here. We are 4 months in on 2024, and I have achieved nothing. I have not checked off anything on my bucket list. 17 things I want to do before I'm 17. Goals I want to hit 2024. I haven't done anything. But the deadlines and the impending doom of having to enter university is right in front of me, and I haven't done anything about it. I feel like I should have, because everybody is already doing it. But I still feel like I'm too young. I feel like it's too late, but also it's too early. I don't feel like I should be doing this. Maybe this is my way of avoiding responsibility. But I don't feel like I should be doing this yet. I still feel like I should be at the mall with my friends, wasting my mom's money. Which, again, is a privilege, because not everybody gets to experience that, but who knows? I'm a lower middle class person. I have experienced a way more fortunate childhood than a lot of people, but also a less fortunate childhood than a lot of people. And I think I look up to those people who get to be a child until they're not. People who can afford living on their trust fund until they're 30. People who never had to work on a day in their life, even when they're middle aged. I feel like I keep looking up to those people and thinking, I deserve that. Why don't I deserve that? Why don't I get that? Why don't everybody get that? Why do some people have the privilege to age slower? Why do some people have the privilege to chill out in high school because their parents can pay college tuition? I feel like I shouldn't be able to do all this, but I feel like I shouldn't have to do all this. I feel like if I have parents who can pay college tuition, and I have a trust fund and all that, maybe things would be better for me. But also I think about people who cannot afford high school, and then I think I should be more grateful. I am a whiny bitch, and I think it's just insane. I think I used to romanticize coming of age movies. Ever since I was 11, ever since I started to be grown, as in entering middle school and starting to feel like you're not a child anymore. When I entered middle school, I used to romanticize my high school years, my coming of age moment. I used to watch solely teenage or / coming of age movies and TV shows, and read their books and songs, and feel like wow, it would be so amazing to come into your own. But I am now at the age where I'm supposed to come into my own, but I haven't. I don't feel like I'm coming into my own. I feel like I'm still a child, a delayed one at that. This is starting to go nowhere. I had a point from the beginning of how time is moving faster as you're adulting. Adulting, that's such a millennial term, but I am dressed like a millennial right now, so what can I say? I don't have a point anymore. I'm just ranting. I think this is the truest form of yapping, where you don't have a point anymore. I had a point, but I lost it. I lost it my train of thought. I see these K-pop idols, you know, debuting, whatever it is, at such young ages. Some of them are 11, some of them are born after 2010, and I feel like a failure. I feel like I should have achieved all those things by now. I feel like I should have been on stage. I feel like I should have won an Oscar, you know, but also at the same time, I feel too young, you know? How do I even explain that? I feel time is passing me by very fast and I feel too young and too old at the same time. I feel like when I see these little kids graduating college, I feel like I am expired. I am an expired person just living out what's left of my life. But at the same time, people are mostly living to 70. And I am not even halfway there. I feel like I am still a young person. And I don't know how to navigate that. Maybe there's a struggle that everybody has, you know, trying to determine what place they have in life, you know. When I was a teenager, I used to call teenager as in like early teenager, as in like tween, some people will call it 11 to 14, where I'm quite tall for Indonesian. I'm quite tall. Back then I was like 11 and 155 centimeters, so quite tall for Indonesian because that's like the average height for adult women. I'm now 170 and I'm 16, so again, for a Southeast Asian, that's pretty tall. And back when I was a tween, again, that's train of thought, erase that. When I was a tween, I used to complain about not having a size for me. I'm way too big to shop at the children's section, but the adult section is too mature and too big. The children's section is too childish for me and they don't fit me. But the adult section doesn't either. I'm in between. Now I shop at the adult section because I am now the shape of an adult and have the fashion sense of an adult, I think. But I feel that way in life. I'm not an adult yet, but I'm also not a teenager in all the ways that I used to think a teenager should be. But I'm also not a child. I do my makeup every day, do my eyebrows. As you can see, my eyebrows are not even today. Don't comment on that. Every day to have a sense of control, you know, a sense of, oh, something is in my hands, because I feel like too much things aren't. Sometimes I wish I could stop time and catch up. Time is moving by me very fast and I do not know what my place is in life. So, I don't have a solution. This is not an essay with a conclusion. This is just me stating where I am in life as of now, after having a mental breakdown at church. So yeah, that's it. That's it for now. Bye.